Hello, welcome back. I am now 14 weeks post Achilles rupture and I am progressing slowly but steadily. All is well, I'm on track, but it is taking a lot more patience than I had anticipated and a lot of trust, but I'm getting there. Today I would like to share with you my walking pattern and some of the activities I have been doing to improve that, because I'm still limping and it's, I'm not going to lie to you, it's becoming very frustrating. Going down steps, descending steps, that's my next big challenge. I can do it, one step at a time, but to have my left foot, the Achilles where the rupture was, to have that one up at the top of the step and have my right leg go down first is very, very challenging. So I'll go through that and some of the things that I've been doing to increase range of motion and increase strength. Okay, so I thought it would be kind of cool to videotape myself walking and descending the steps before I do any kind of yoga or warming up or exercises, and then do some of the activities that I have been doing to address my gait and steps, and then videotape walking and steps after I do some of those, so that you can see that there is a difference and it really does help. Alright, so steps. Going up is no problem, but going down, I have been putting down the left leg first, the affected leg, and just going down like that. So I've been doing that for a while. It's pretty easy. The tough part is now to go step over step one at a time. So I have to practice putting the right leg down first, the good leg, and the left one, of course, has to hold. And you can see how challenging that would be if you don't have that range of motion or the strength to do a single heel raise, which I don't have yet. So I'm putting quite a bit of weight on my upper extremities. So that took me a while to do that. But now I'm trying to do it just with one arm for support. And it makes me nervous. And you can see how much I'm compensating, but this is where the presence comes in, and the breath, and being just mindful. So that's what that's looking like. Alright, so standing in mountain or Tadasana, my feet about hip width apart. I've already done some breathing, some meditation, set my intention for my practice. So now I'm just shifting right to left, to the balls of my feet and to the heels. Look, I'm in my bare foot. Circle. So I'm just feeling what that feels like to stand on the left with control, feeling safe. And I tend to stand at the heels, so I'm really trying to work on feeling the balls of my feet, more the front part. And that's because my gastroc, the Achilles, doesn't have that strength. So as you shift your weight forward, the gastroc has to contract. So since that is weak, my body does not want to send me forward. So I've been hanging out and living back in the heels. And I'm getting better. And inhaling, arms up as I exhale, sinking back into a chair. This is becoming a little bit better. I have this much range of motion, as you can see now, in the ankle, a little more than neutral, but I'm still pretty stiff right now. I like to just inhale up and exhale, sink back. Trying not to favor the left, so I'm trying to put equal weight on the right and left. I'm just thinking this is great exercise for trying to get from sit to stand, equal weight bearing. And then I'm going to try to stand. Well, let's do the right leg first. So one-legged chair, just balancing. Watching the knee doesn't fall in. So I've been working on trying to keep that knee out, which comes from the hip joint, glute medius strength. Okay, let's try this left. So there we go. Again, my weight's more on the heel. Bring it to the ball of the foot, it gets pretty scary. Watching that knee, trying to keep it over the second toe. Relaxing my neck, my jaw, still breathing. Whew. Okay. Okay, I want to show you something cool here. So I'm standing right now, and I've got the camera on my feet, looking from the top to the bottom. So my right foot's the good one, and the left one, well, my left one, he's a good guy too, but he's the one that was injured. So it's this one, the left one, that's injured. So look at what happens, one leg standing. On the right, you can see all the muscles. Look at those tendons pop up. Have a look at that one especially, anterior tibialis. As soon as I pick up the other foot, look at just the activity, right? And the tendons that go to the other toes. So just a lot of activity. And compare that to my left. I've been working hard on this for a long time. But as I pick up, there's just, see, like there's just not as much intrinsic action. I mean, there is. And when I first started, my foot was just a dead fish. Like there was just nothing going on. The muscles, they just kind of forgot what to do. So this is how important balance is, or how important foot intrinsics are, and your Achilles tendon and other tendons around the ankle joint. That's a little better. How important they are for balance. So one leg balance, important for recovery, for gait, and for my goal of trying to go down the steps more fluidly and smoothly. All right, so let me just try tree. So I've been doing a lot of yoga, one leg standing balances. Tree, warrior 3. Trying to control to a nice lunge. And then balancing, controlled back to chair. Okay, let's see what happens on the left today. Tree. Warrior 3. Having fun, not taking myself too seriously. Finding my breath, honoring my intention. Controlling back to a lunge. Whew. Okay, this is the tough part, seeing if I can control back to mountain. Ooh, that was a pretty good one. All right, my favorite, goddess. So toes pointing out about 45 degrees, core engaged. And, I do lots of different things here, different arm movements, whatever I feel like that day. But I love the strength in the thighs. And what I've been working on more is really getting that weight onto that left, because I've just been compensating so much on the right. So trying to press the knees back, trying not to let them fall in. Nice strength for that glute medius. And I do this in a lot of my classes too. Just really like to move that pelvis, get it unstuck, and then shifting, as you can see, over top of that toe. I mean, you're seeing me now. I've been doing this for a while, but the first few times that I tried to you know, kind of bring that knee over. It's scary because that Achilles is really tight, and we have that fear. I don't know if everybody that has had a rupture feels this way, but we have that fear of it just popping and curling back up again. So it's kind of scary, but if you go slow the first time and progress little by little, I guess that's the way you do it. And then circle, so again, just getting those hips moving, and the other way, unclenching the toes, finding that breath. Okay. All right, going to do downward dog for you. So I have the blanket, a sturdy blanket roll underneath the heels, because there is no way that your heels should be up in free space like that with an Achilles tendon rupture. So I do lots of different things here, sometimes just shift side to side and try a bit of a pedal push. Shaking my head, yes and no, honoring my intention, being very mindful, trying to stay present. And I'll usually lift the left leg first and maybe open and do some hip circles and some different dynamic movements there. And then the tough part here is to lift the right. Got the wall conveniently behind me, that's nice. I will use it. Pressing back into the left heel very gently. I can feel some dural tension. So I might do a little bit of flossing here, up onto the toes, and then back, lift the toes up onto the toes, back and lift the toes up. Whew. It's getting a little bit tired. I think I'm going to respect that. Child's pose. I'm having trouble with ankle plantar flexion range of motion, so a bit of a blanket roll there is nice. Okay, I'm going to try that again. Normally I would stay in child's pose a little bit longer, but just so the video isn't too long for you guys. Okay, so downward dog, up we go again. Leading with those sit bones, exhaling as I come up. So those are some things that I've been doing. Great to increase range of motion. Pressing those toes up. Careful I don't slide back too much. And then I've been coming up on the toes and trying to walk forward on my toes. So strengthen the gastroc. And this is probably the best I've done. I don't know if it's because I'm trying to show off, but oh my goodness. I have not really been able to do it that strongly. That's really weird. Wow, you guys just witnessed, like, yeah, I've never been able to do that. That's just yesterday, I wasn't even close to that. So maybe the adrenaline of the camera on me, and like I said, I'm trying to maybe show off, I don't know. But here I go, look at that. Wow, oh my goodness. Whew. And then I'm gonna try this. I feel like I can do it. Oh, look at that. I have probably maybe 30%, maybe 40% weight on my left. And then I come up into standing and try to put my weight on my left, and yeah, I can't do that. But all right, next step, heel raises. So in order to walk with a normal gait pattern, this push-off phase, and to descend the steps as you watched. When I go down the step, you have to plantar flex. You need that strength. You need to be able to do a single leg heel raise. So here we go, heel raises. I have been doing double, just up and down. This left kind of goes wonky out to the side because of the weakness, so I've just been focusing on form and trying to get an equal weight bearing as best as I can. Like I said, I have probably about 30% weight on that left, so I'll do maybe 3 sets of 10-ish. And then eccentric contraction. So then I go up on 2, and then I lift up the right and slowly come down. I've got quite a bit of upper extremity weight on the bar here. I'm going to face the bar. It's just a bit too challenging for me to do it that other way. So up on both, lift the right leg off, and then slowly lower down. So the muscle, the gastroc, is lengthening. The soleus is lengthening as the muscle is developing tension. So a great way to strengthen. The challenging part is slowly trying to take away the upper extremity support. And I'm kind of, like, it's either all, like look at all this weight that's on my elbows, and and then I kind of control down that way. I'm finding it hard, like the next level, which would be maybe just my hands. But I just don't have the strength. So I'm here on my elbows, and someday I guess it'll just, I'll get stronger and stronger. But I have to be very mindful, very present, and not just go through the motions. I think that's one thing I've seen anyway as a physical therapist in the clinic and practice is clients tend to sometimes just go through the numbers, just go through the motions. And it's about that mind-body connection and the breath and visualizing what's actually happening, perhaps. Okay, so I usually do about 2 sets of 10 of those. And then for fun, I just see if I can do a heel raise on the left. I put a whole bunch of weight into my upper extremities, and then up I go. I would say I probably have like 10% on my foot, maybe 20. But, just getting that sense of what that liftoff feels like. And then if I let go of the upper extremities a little bit, maybe just try one arm and elbow. Nope, there's nothing. I'll try it one more time. I'll visualize it first. Jeff Ma told me to visualize first and then do it. So, okay, Jeff, this is for you. Visualize going up first. And then here I go, just with one arm on the bar. No lift off today, but I guess I'll get there someday. Okay, and a few more things that I do to help increase ankle dorsiflexion range of motion, which is that angle. So trying to get more of that, which is important for gait and going down those steps. I just do some passive stretching. I'm not going to hold it for as long as I do, just for time's sake, but a basic gastroc stretch, front knee bent, back leg straight. But one thing to work on here, what you'll find if your Achilles is really tight, is you may have that butt sticking out, right? Because look at the angle of my ankle. It's kind of cheating a little bit. So what we want to do is press that front of that hip forward, and look at how that increases the angle at the ankle, yeah? Yeah, so I work on that. And you know what this is, pretty much, is Warrior One. So I can, incorporate this into my yoga practice, and I may hold this for 10 breaths or so. And I'll also incorporate reciprocal inhibition, the neurological phenomenon of reciprocal inhibition. So you activate the antagonistic muscle group, so the anterior tibialis, by pulling up the toes. And that helps to relax the opposite group, which is the soleus and the gastroc. So you can use that principle with lots of different muscle groups in the body. And I may do a little bit of soleus, but I actually don't do this very much. I stretch soleus another way. I'll show you in just a moment. So Gastroc Stretch, Warrior 1. And I will oscillate, which just feels right and good. I'm trying to press up. Use the gastroc, trying to press out through the ball of the foot and then back. So this is probably my favorite way to stretch my soleus, to lengthen the deeper of the calf muscles, which both soleus and gastroc attach to the Achilles. And I just sit and equal weight bear. Inner edges of my feet are parallel, so have a look at your toes, unclenching the toes. And I bring my forearms on the thighs to give myself a little bit extra weight bearing in through the leg. And that feels pretty easy, so then I scoot forward to the edge of the chair, or maybe scoot my feet back a little bit. And you can see the increase in angle in dorsiflexion, lengthening that Achilles. And I don't push it, like I just go to where it feels good. It feels tight, but it feels good. And usually at this time I meditate, which is just being present. I might do a body scan, or I might repeat a mantra like trust or just this is enough, cultivating patience. See, so much more than the physical. And then I will go a little bit further. Woo, yeah, okay, I think I can handle that. And then again, weight bearing. So using my forearms here to press down and to feel my sit bones equal weight bear. Softening those toes. And I will sometimes do heel raises, really feeling equal right through left. So this is a nice way to be equal, because in standing, I just can't, I just don't have the strength, but in sitting, it's a little bit easier. So you get to gain that sense of symmetry and equanimity. So I like that. And it already feels looser. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper. And look at that angle. Wow. So it just takes time. And so like I said, I won't spend too much time here just for to keep the video short. But I may stay here for 5 or even 10 minutes and practice sitting to standing. So as I go up into standing, I'm going to try to equal weight bear, bringing the knee over that toe. I'm going to use my hands on the armrest here. Wow. And exhale, sink. That's pretty intense, but I feel safe. It's about getting that knee over that toe. You don't realize how much you compensate until you actually go through it this slow and this intentionally with purpose. And then you realize, wow, all this time have I ever been compensating? All right, and one more way that I stretch my soleus. I come forward, block is there, see the block, and I hug it between my ankles. Then I bring my left foot, the foot you want to stretch, forward. Sit back on the block. You can have a couple blocks there if you need more height. And then I scoot this foot back. You can see the angle there, and I just take the weight of my chest and come forward gently And I love this because I can just kind of hang out and stretch. And the deeper you want to go into the stretch, all you got to do is just bring that foot a little further back and bring more of your weight forward into the thigh. You can do some muscle energy techniques, some Pnf stretching. You can press the ball of the foot into the floor, so activating the gastroc. And I'll hold maybe 3 to 5 breaths and then release, and you can bring your weight even further into the thigh to increase the stretch. So pressing down, so it's just a contract, relax, contracting, and then releasing. Okay, and then of course the hamstring gastroc stretch. Loop the belt around the ball of the foot, either knee bent up or straight, whatever is comfortable for you. Relax neck, shoulders, and you can just hold passively, pushing the heel towards the sky and the toes towards the nose, very gently. Or you can, if you want, do a little bit of that muscle energy technique. So you could gently press the ball of the foot into the belt, but don't move, don't actually point the foot, just an isometric contraction. So just hold. So I'm just pushing the ball of the foot into the belt. 3, 5 breaths, and then release, let go, and perhaps the heel goes further up to the sky, toes towards me, and increasing that ankle dorsiflexion angle. My hip flexor is a little bit tight on this right side. And again, pressing the ball of the foot into the belt gently. And release, pushing the heel to the sky. Yeah, there you go. It is totally released. I don't know if you saw that from back there, but. And, I may spend, 2-3 minutes, maybe even more up there. Every day is just different, but, I'm just breathing and trying to be patient and staying present and just scanning my body from head to toe. I'm taking the leg now towards the opposite shoulder, towards the diagonal. So now I really feel the dural tension in the back here in the tibial nerve. So you can do some nerve flossing. Just point and flex the ankle. I don't know if you can see that there. Point and flex the ankle. And you can also get the knee into it, so you can bend the knee to the chest as the foot ankle dorsiflex, and then you can point the toe, so you can flex the foot and point. So just flossing, you're gliding the nerve. And you could also try opposite, so you could point the toe as you bend the knee, and then flex the toe as you straighten. Okay. Well, let's go watch me walk and descend the steps and see if it's any different. For more information on what I do and how I do it and articles that I write, please visit my website at PhysioYoga.ca, and that will also tell you where I'm at, offering workshops and classes and speaking at conferences and teacher trainings. And on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Prosco Yoga. On Facebook, you can like my page, Prosco Physio Yoga Therapy, and I like to post some really interesting articles and videos of other resources and people that I respect.